Now let us discuss about cleaning of metals. So the metal cleaning essentially consists of degreasing and de-rusting. So first of all, we will try to understand why we should degrease and why we should de-rust. Uh, the major problem with any metal component is that is oil. Not only oil, the metal should be free from oil, lubricants, because during the formation they would have used some lubricants and respiratory oil is also applied, and then grease. Then it should be free from rust, and the heavy rust is called scale. Then dust in any form, there should not be any smudges or mud or sand, and the welding scale should not be there, and there should not be any tool markings also. So all these things should be taken into care, and in fact we have to be very careful to remove all these from the metal surface. Now degreasing, we can degrease, that is remove oil or lubricant or grease from the metal surface by using alkaline cleaners. So essentially it contains sodium hydroxide, caustic, okay, sometimes potassium hydroxide, it depends. And apart from that, we have got other ingredients also. I'll be discussing about this in the composition of degreasing agent, okay, right. Now emulsion, so we can make use of emulsion also. What is emulsion? For example, you have got oil and water. These two are immiscible. Okay, when you mix it, they are immiscible. They get separated as two layers, and by introducing some detergent or soap, we can make it uniform. That results emulsion, a milky liquid. Okay, and that is why this soap is called the emulsifier. Is it not? And generally, these emulsifiers they have. In fact, why oil and water are immiscible? Oil is non-polar, whereas water is polar, and that is why they are not miscible. So in order to make them understanding, we need to use an agent which has both non-polar and polar character. So in that case, any soap, for example, when you call soap, it is nothing but it is the sodium or potassium salt of long chain fatty acid. So long chain fatty acid means we can take stearic acid and oleic acid, etc. So acid means a carboxylic acid, that is organic acid. Okay, and the basic acid is formic acid, acetic acid, propionic acid, butyric acid, etc. So likewise the carbon chain increases, and that is called long chain fatty acid, and the terminal group will be having COOH group, where we used to esterify with some potassium or sodium salt. And in fact oil itself is a triglyceride of long chain fatty acid. It's a triglyceride. So we can break this and make it as a soap, and that soap, either oil based soap or totally that is synthetic detergents. So generally synthetic detergents are used here, and that is why in alkaline degreasing we straight away use the alkali, whereas in emulsion we use the emulsifier. Okay, and there are so many types of emulsifier also. Based on the requirement under the composition of emulsifier, we'll be discussing this. Then we can use the solvent also. So some people they are interested to clean it with only solvent without wasting the water. So in that case, you can make use of solvents. Okay. So we used to say TC, trichloroethylene, all these things can be used, and there are some vapor degreasing methods also. Then de-rusting. De-rusting is a process where the metal oxide is removed. Actually, that is rusting is the process of conversion of metal into metal oxide. So that metal oxide layer is loosely held, and that should be removed. Otherwise, our paint will not be adherent to that. So we have to remove that one, and not only that, it will be corrosive, it will cause rust, it will result in pitted corrosion. So it has to be removed. So this metal oxide film is removed by using acid. So then in that case it's called acid pickling, and when we can make use of alkaline chemicals also for de-rusting, and in certain cases Physically we can do the abrasive blasting, that is you can do the sand blasting or grit blasting. That is the sand is pressurized sand is allowed to, that is made an impact on the components, so that with high pressure this sand will be blasted on the rusted or scaled metal components, so that the cleaning can be effectively done. Okay, but essentially after sandblasting you must be sure that that is these trapped sand particles and other dust should be thoroughly cleaned before painting or plating or zinc phosphating. Okay.